Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening. Hey, I'm back. So soon, right? So, stumbled upon this and been wanting it for a while for myself anyway. So, I'm probably the first one to do these lower trans mount AWRs on an automatic. These mounts are based upon a manual transmission application. So, I knew that the lower rear trans mount was the same as a manual. So, but I noticed that the front trans mount, lower trans mount, was slightly bigger than the manual transmission mount. So, basically, I wanted to show you guys this and let you know what you had to do if you decide to run AWR mounts on an automatic. This is what you're going to run into. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so as everybody can see, the left side, that's the factory mount for an automatic. That's going to be your lower front trans mount. And of course, this is the AWR, okay? This AWR is basically for a manual transmission application. Of course, this is for an automatic application. Of course, AWR doesn't make a lower front trans mount for an automatic, only a 5-speed, okay? So, as y'all can see, the width of that factory mount and the width of the AWR, sorry, truck went flying by. So you see the width of the factory mount and the width of the AWR mount. Of course, there's a slight difference there, right? Alright, so the difference is this mount right here is about 2 7/8 of an inch wide. This mount is 2 3/8 of an inch wide. So that leaves you with a 1/2 inch of play side to side. So what you're going to have to do if you want this mount to work, you're going to have to get you some washers or make some shims or something like that to take up that 1/2 inch of space slop that's going to be on this mount when you put the bolt in there. When you put the bolt in there, you can pretty much move it side to side, 1/2 inch on either side. So yeah, you wanna get you some shims or some good size washers, and of course you want to get the washers that, of course, this bolt will go through. Of course, you know, a lot of people will try to, not saying that nobody will try to use a washer that this bolt won't fit through, but you know, just try to get a bolt, you know, big enough this will slide right through with no problems. The one you don't have to drill out or nothing like that. So yeah, so now as far as the collar to the end of the studs, from the collar to the end of the mounting studs here, is exactly the same. So that measurement right there is going to be 3 1/4. So it's going to be 3 1/4 inches from the center of this collar to the end of this stud on both of these mounts. It's going to be 3 1/4. So I just want to jump on and share this with everybody. Now, what I just basically used what I had around my shop and what I could find. I knew I had some good size washers at the shop that I could use. So this is basically what I used. I used the big boy washer there. Then I used another washer. That's another, you know, that's a different size. And that's a different size. So all 3 of these washers are different sizes. And I did that on both sides. That way the spacing was even on each side, because if you don't do it like that, what's going to happen is this mount is going to be over a 1/2 inch, and guess what? You're going to miss the mounting holes for your lower cross member. You're going to totally miss those holes. So you're going to be, you're going to be screwed because you've mounted it, you put it on here, and now it only, will sit over here to this side. So when you shim it, or you use spacers or whatever you guys are going to use, just make sure that the mount is center, and make sure that whatever you use is the same size on either side, so that mount will sit center and won't sit too far to the left or too far to the right and miss the mounting holes in the actual cross member. So you don't want to do that. So just wanted to jump on real quick and show everybody, the differences between an automatic Escort GT front lower trans mount and a AWR front lower trans mount, which this is for a manual transmission application. This is for a manual, not an automatic, of course. And you can see that. That's an automatic. See how big that is? And the bracket, of course, on the automatic transmission is different than the bracket on the manual transmission. So just basically wanted to get on real quick and share that with you guys. So if anybody is looking to run a set of lower transmission mounts from AWR on the automatic, this is the only modification that you have to make. You just have to make shims to go on either side of this mount to center it, to take up the space on either side. So so you're gonna have a 1/4 of an inch of space on each side, because it's a 1/2 inch total. So you're gonna have a 1/4 of an inch on each side. So it's a 1/4 of an inch of space on each side. So I just want to jump on real quick and show everybody that, just in case somebody goes, oh, well, you said the AWR mounts will work, and this mount is bigger than this mount, and it's got slop and all this. So I'm going ahead and I'm basically showing everybody this now. So like I said, if anybody decides to run this combination on an automatic transmission, then when they run into that, they'll know what to do. So if anybody's got any questions, man, feel free to message me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and just let me know if you have any questions about this. I'll be glad to help you guys out. Now, of course, you guys are probably looking at this mount and going, why does it look like that? It's because I actually made my own reinforcements about 4 years ago for this car. So it was just basically time to upgrade. So let me show you guys. This is the I've already put the lower mount, the rear mount in, but this mount here actually started having some play in it. I don't know if you can see the spacing. There's some spacing between the collar and the reinforcement, and there it is. You can see it right there. See the spacing? That's not supposed to be open like that. It's supposed to be tighter. And what was happening was it was just wearing. It was just pushing down on the reinforcement and just wearing them out. But this mount's 4 years old, so I made them 4 years ago for her. That was back when I was like, yeah, I don't need no AWR mounts. I'll make my own. But over time, man, these plates, they last about 3 to 4 years until they start getting slop. Especially if you're racing a car, or if it's pulling hard, if it's making some decent power, then yeah, it's gonna start to wear these mounts out. So AWR will definitely be the way to go. I'm gonna take y'all underneath the car. As y'all can see, I've already installed this one. Sorry about the lighting. Trying to get the lighting right, guys. But yeah, that's the lower rear trans mount AWR. I've already installed that one, so that one's in already. Hope y'all can see that, because this light is not messing with this camera too good. But yeah, you can see it. Those are new studs. That's the AWR mount right there. So yeah, yep. So that one's already in. All right. So let's get up. Whew. One of these days I'll get a lift. But yep. So just basically wanted to share that with you guys. And so yeah, if anybody's got any questions about this, feel free to message me, and I'll definitely let you know what you need to do to make this right. But like I said, from the center of this collar to the end of these studs on both of these mounts is 3 1/4 of an inch. It's 3 1/4 inches from the center of this collar to the end of this stud. 3 1/4 on both mounts. So so the height is the same. It's just, of course, the body, of course, on this is huge versus this, but of course your width is different. Your width is a 1/2 inch difference. So just be mindful of that. If you're going to go that route on an automatic, you got to put some shims and spacers on this mount to make it work. But other than that, it'll work fine, of course. And your as you can see, your studs line up together. So of course, that's going to go right into the cross member with no problem. So thank you guys again. I just wanted to jump on here when I had this out and apart, and I was trying to figure out some shims for this mount to show everybody that the AWR mounts will work on the front lower trans mount on automatic. You just have to shim them out. So that's all you got to do is just shim them out, so you don't have the space, 1/2 inch of space side to side. So thanks guys, appreciate y'all tuning in, and hope this was very useful, and very hope this helped some of you guys out, you know, because I know some of you guys are starting to mess with automatics here and there. So yeah, so if you want some AWRs for your automatic, if you get the lower trans mounts, the rear one works fine, bolts right up. This one this one bolts up too. You just need to have a 1/4 inch spacer on each side. So just a 1/4 inch on each side, and you'll be good to go, and that mount will sit completely center. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get back to it and get back on this car, man, so we can see. It's gotten dark here. It's a little after 9 o'clock. So so yeah, I'm gonna get back on this bad boy and get this thing right. So I'll let you guys know how the test drive was when I get this one installed, because I already got the other one installed. So all I have to do now is just put the shims on, put the mount on, and then bolt everything up, and then take it down the road, see how it does. So I'll be making another video to let you guys know how the test drive went. All right. So again, thank you everybody, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.